Welcome to Deep Thought. Track the seasons of your year. Track the seasons. Notice I said of your year. And what do I mean by seasons? Not necessarily spring, summer, fall, and winter. Though if you want to do it that way, fine. But of your year, starting from your birthday. This is very important, and this is something I've been doing the past few years. And I'm just giving you a basic version of it. That way anybody who listens to this can follow it. Starting on your birthday, track everything that happens over the year. Track everything that happens. Like good, bad, whatever. Especially very significant. Like for example, I know from tracking my year, and this is going back years, even before I even got this knowledge, I would notice some things. Like when sometime in March and April, I'm going to get a whole lot of money. Always going to get a bump up. One way or the other. Money, money, money. One way or the other. Usually in March or April. Around that time. But also, too, I notice when things don't go well. So it's like, okay, there are certain periods where things don't go well or I need to chill out more. Like the couple of months before my birthday, I usually chill out. I usually get rid of stuff. Really sit back and think. I don't go hard. And then there's some times of the year that I do go hard. Now I mentioned that I notice I get a lot of money in like March, April, but also September, October. Now, one thing this past year I had a stroke in October, so I'll be paying attention this coming up October for anything. I'll be paying attention. That's how you gotta track it. It's like, what time of year do you usually get mates? Like, I usually get a lot of attention from women, usually more in the winter than I do the spring. There's been exceptions, of course, but usually I start getting a lot more attention from women starting around September and everything, usually lasting through like February. Right? That's how you want to look at it. Look at every little thing. And you want to track it because one of the things going through life, and this is overall, and this is for like the metaphysicians out there and everything, you probably know the deeper aspects, especially if you study something like the Bhagavad. But the thing is, you're going to have ups and downs going throughout life. You're going to have, it's not going to be like everything is great. Even if it's great overall, sometimes it's going to be greater a few months and then lower. So all that is it's just a rhythm. It's like day and night, yin and yang, hot and cold. That's all it is. It's normal. Now, the low periods don't have to be a bad period. See, here's the thing. You want to get to the point that low periods just mean you chilling out. Means, okay, I ain't going to go on vacation. I ain't going to start this project. Then let me get into that project in a second, though. But, you're thinking all of these things. Now, talking about projects. If you really understand the seasons of your life, you know when to start a project. And you know when not to. Like, one of the things I noticed, if I started stuff during a certain period, it'd be like so-so. But then during another period, everything be like, boom, just go fast. And the thing is, you got to track that for yourself. Now, I know some people, they might get something like a Bhagavad reading or an astrology reading and all of that. But ultimately, the person that you got to be able to read is yourself. You have to know yourself. It's actually better if you do, because you're an individual. Yeah, you can look at all these systems and everything, but ultimately it's you, because what you are. Let's put it like this: for people who follow systems, yeah, you can say, well, I'm an Aquarius, but my Bagua is number 8, Earth Young, something like that. But then my sidereal is something else, and then they got all these systems. But then my counterfeit personality is this. But then if you look at all of them are part of you, and all of them make up you. So ultimately, you have to be able to read yourself. You have to be able to read yourself. You have to be able to go through everything and say, okay, this is what happens for me. Like I notice, like for me, like I said, my stuff starts at a certain time. My stuff starts at a certain time, and then I already have an idea pretty much what's going to happen. It's like clockwork. Now I get thrown a wrench every now and then, but then I know to look for that wrench the next year. I know to look for it and say, okay, around this time, and then I say, okay, this is the time of year I need to chill. I need to chill out. Oh, this is the time I need to go hard with my stuff. This is the time I need to publish my books. This is when sales are going to go up. And yeah, and like I mentioned, especially me. I can get philosophical, but Ron still got to make money. Like I said, I usually make a lot of money in March, April, but then also September, October. And even this past year, even when I had the stroke, I was in the hospital not doing anything. I actually made a whole lot of money. I actually made a whole lot of money anyway, where I was like, I don't have to worry about doing videos, thankfully. But that's the thing. See, and when and let's look at it from another point of view. Say things keep going wrong for you certain times of the year, keep going wrong. You already know before you even get there. It's like, oh, okay, this is the time of year always some bad shit happens. Okay, let me do something to change it. See, that's the beauty of it. When you have an idea that something is coming, then you can change it. If you usually get into maybe a car accident around the same time every year, you already know, okay, this time of year I need to be driving carefully. Or you're getting a lot of extra money. It's like, okay, let me plan how I'm going to spend this money. Or you ain't making as much money. Okay, let me put some money away so I'm not hit as bad. See, that's how you got to do it. And like I said, I got to reiterate, ultimately you have to read yourself. A lot of people go to somebody for a reading or say whatever, but we're complicated. It's one of the things, we got so many things, we got so many layers to us. And you might have, like, say somebody do an astrological reading. Okay, that's one layer. But what about your counterfeit persona? And then the thing is, you have to know yourself on all levels. And that's the ultimate thing. You have to know yourself on all levels in order to not really get caught up in anything. Yeah. So, you got to know yourself. You got to know what you're going to do, where you're going to go, and everything of that nature. And it's easy to do. That's the thing. It's not hard. You know what's happening. You know that the women, or for the ladies watching, the men, they pay extra attention to you during this time of year. And this other time, no matter what you do. Okay, you already know that. Nobody has to tell you that. You know whether you make more money this year or you get things this year. Like, let me use the money example for March. I look back, March and around the fall, I look back and it's like, wait a minute, I always got raises. Even before I knew this knowledge, always would get raises, something would happen, more money. So it's like, okay, I know what's up. Like now, it was like, I already know, I just know. But then other times of year, it's like, it's kind of bad, I gotta chill out. So, but you know yourself. So, track the seasons of your year. So anyway, that's all I have for today. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.